Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. Got something nice for you today. Wrapping up on this lesson with the Lucide mind concept. So let's get going. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'm going to ask you the question as usual. Do you know you? You will fall through. That's rhetorical. But if you don't, stay tuned. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and think and believe that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, it's okay. Spiritually asleep. I can awaken up. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Let's talk about the state of lucidity. I just came through the state of dullness. That whole ignorant negative concept. Now let's talk about the state of lucidity, which means harmony, purity, and balance in one's thoughts and actions. In the 42 Negative Confession, article number, injunction number 26, it says, I have not stopped my ears against the words of what? Right and wrong. Meaning, I tell you all the time, I'm a master of myself and of a philosophy that I practice, but I'm a student in life, so my ears is always open to what's right or wrong, truth. Anywhere I can get it, I'll take it. So my ears is always open to that, and yours should be. And this is an ancient Egyptian concept from the book of Coming Forth by Day. Let's talk about this is a story. Remember, whenever we dealing with the mind concept, we dealing with Het Haru and Tahuti. Your Het Haru, Tahuti is trying to help you out because you went a little astray, all right? It's called disciple-student concept, all right? So when Het Haru first met up with Tahuti, a new form of awareness began to develop where? In her heart. Remember, the heart is the guide. The mind got to catch up or unite with the heart. They need to be on the same page. And when your heart and mind ain't on the same page, you are what they call confused. That's two states of being. We're going to talk about that right quick. And you hear it said, she felt a different awareness in the heart. So now the mind got to catch up with the heart. And at first, she what? Decided she was going to kill and eat him. Okay? Whether he good or bad, didn't make a difference. She's going to eat him. Okay? Because she had already made up her mind. Okay? But his beguiling charm. You ever met, okay, back in my day, you ever had that woman that she looked good, everybody probably hitting on, everybody throwing game around. You think your game gonna get you in there. And every now and then, it worked for you, right? So, yeah. So, she was hell-bent on against him. They hate you in the beginning, all of a sudden, you can't get rid of them. Crazy ones, them Looney Tunes. You wish I should have never done all this nonsense. Yeah, been there too. But yeah, this is that story. Okay, I got one of them too. All right. But now, after listening to him, his beguiling charm, his eloquence, his game, okay, he caught her. He caught her interest. Go from wanting to eat him to now, check my man out. Okay, now, and she spared his life. And now she began to listen to him. Smooth talking, candy rapping. Back in the day, that was my thing. Now, in so doing, what happened? Now she was opening up the door to what? Expansion of the consciousness to catch up with the heart. The heart knows. The mind just ain't figured it out yet. That's what the rap game, him talking to her, she getting interested. And most human beings, again, are caught between, I just told you, the first two stages of consciousness at one time or another. What that mean? That means there's a mixture of what? Distraction on one hand, and movement and dullness on the other. Your ignorance and stuff going on. You don't know how to balance the two. You really out of sync. Everything is going wrong. No control, no balance, nothing going on. You are just caught up in the mix, so to speak. All right, and you confused. Again, that's the state of confusion. In this state, a human being, what's this? Does not want to what? Sit still in order to what? Listen to what? Spiritual discussion, spiritual concepts, spiritual teaching. Get to me, man, I ain't watching that nonsense. You talking that Egyptian, okay? But they don't want to hear that. Why? About nature or the soul, okay? About what? The method to attaining spiritual enlightenment. They ain't trying to be enlightened. They could care less. That ain't what they doing. And if what? If you force them, right here, this is why you don't want to make nobody do nothing that don't go with the flow of how they think and what they feel and why. Because if you try to force them to do so, what happened? Their minds will shut down and they will go into a what? State of dullness. They just ain't going to compute. They ain't trying to hear nothing. And what? He or she, now what happens? They will fall asleep. That's called a state of dullness, extreme dullness. When you get to the point where you just shut down because you ain't trying to be bothered, that's extreme dullness. And that's, unconscious. You're going to sleep. You ain't even woke, literally, physically, or nothing else, okay? It is only the stress of your egoistic desires, that me, that lower nature that wants to be satisfied, which is what? Suppressing that which is positive, true, and good within what? Your human heart. This one's one thing, this one's one thing, and this one's something else, and then you gonna kick him in. Now you all messed up. Okay, you got to put all that together. But not if in some brief and rare occasions, what happened? There is an experience of what? Peace, balance, and contentment, and tranquility. You put them all together for some other. You had that one time where everything just is synchronized, everything is on point. Why? Because you made it happen. And if you don't know that, it'll happen and you'll get all the benefits of it, but you can't do it again. Why? You didn't know what you was doing. You see where I'm going with this? So they're telling you, and many times, watch, these feelings are experienced, but just for a brief period. That's why. I can go to that place anytime I want. I can go to meditation state anytime I want. That's spontaneous. When you get it that well, that's control. That's mind control. That's meditative and yogic understanding of oneself and how you can raise it, drop it, do whatever you want to do with it. Why? Because you have mastered it. You master it. And it's a period of time in life when after an object, many times they had this experience, and just for a brief period of time, and what happens? But this only comes with after an object of your desire is required, or a situation that you was trying to get to that, trying to get your thing, and it's all desire and all that comes true and all that happened for you. So now these experiences are what? Only glimpses of totality of true happiness and peace, which is in the heart. But when the physical body is happy and satisfied, you think that's happening. No. That's what we're trying to tell you. However, in order to discover the body and the mind senses must reach a state of balance, aka Maya. All those things got to become in balance and harmony and peace within oneself. And in that state, in that phase, you unstoppable. You are unbeatable. You are your best self. I like to watch that little girl, Richardson, when she runs. Man, I get goosebumps, but she just knows she gonna get it. That's determination. We need more of that, like that. But this is possible. How? You think she run that fast? She just wake up and run that fast? No, it takes daily practice of whatever you're doing. But I use a yoga philosophy, right thinking philosophy. But it starts out with the first thing is listening. That's why my ears is always open to to hear the truth and distinguish between right and wrong. I can know who's telling the truth, who's not. It's your ability not to recognize these mega preachers who just sucking you dry with their nonsense. But when you can listen and you take reflection upon what you heard, and you live in accordance with what you're learning. Learning, having knowledge don't mean jack if you don't implement it. You live by it. That's what Mayat is set forth. And with With daily meditation upon the teachers and daily practice of said teachings of Mayat. Just gave all that. But this is a way of life that you can manifest for yourself. And when yoga, right thinking philosophy, is practiced and the purifying movement wherein the ignorance and the delusions and your restlessness, your anger, your anxiety, your hatred, your greed, your lust, your egoism, your selfishness, and all your nonsensical vices such as pride, covetedness, lust, anger, envy, gluttony, and sloth within your heart are all cleansed and eradicated. That's a lot of cleansing. And a lot of us use all those and they have a clue that they're not good for them. Okay? But when you start to take care of all those aspects of your character, ooh-wee, now you shine like no money. So therefore, Tahuti represents the light of reasoning, right thinking, intuitional understanding about the innermost reality within one's heart. He's taking the heart and marrying it with the mind. They becoming one. Hope you're understanding this, because I'm feeling good about this one. And Tahuti, which is the mind, God's mind, your mind, is the sage. This role, I'm Tahuti, who is sent by God, your higher self, to find his wayward child, who the soul got lost in humanity and can't find his way. And he's sent to impart wisdom, self-knowledge, which leads to illumination. Now to shine, you got to shine. That little light inside of you starting to shine of the illumination of one's heart. And it's an inner discovery of truth. Once you know the truth, I tell my man, I don't care what you think, feel about God. He feel the same way in his way. I make it real known. A team of wild motherfuckers couldn't get me from God. Excuse me, I got to put it that way. Why? To get my emphasis. That's what I'm trying to feel up. I ain't doing nothing you think, feel about, nothing other than what I'm telling you I know to be. So don't try to tell me other than what I know, please. I ain't trying to tell you nothing other than what I know. I don't know what you know or don't know. But I can enlighten you to what I know, and I know the truth. Why? I live by it. Moving on. You can't know it from hearing. You got to know it from exercise. It ain't exchanged verbally. It ain't written down. It's experience. Why you think it's been handed down? Why? From father to son. It's a spirit thing. It's internal. This principle, and that's what it is so pervasive in human culture, watch this, that it has found expressions in the initiatic way of education as practiced first in ancient times. And ancient Egyptian temples. And later on, where? In India, Upanishads, okay, they're supposed to be so smart, and the epic methods of Krishna and Rama, and much later, how about this, even you Christian baptism of who? Jesus baptized by who? John the Baptist. Lessons, teachers, student learn and become master, and then they teach. These stories, and that's what they are, stories, have one thing in common. All of them got, and I know them all, is that it is the relationship of who? The sage with the disciple. You, my right thinkers, following my philosophy and my concept. That's what I'm doing for you, wherein I'm giving you spiritual knowledge daily for you to practice, use, and get better to what? Know thyself. That's the end game for what I'm doing. I have no idea, no hidden agenda. I'm telling you, that's my transparency. That's my story. It's been that way since I started. It's not going to change. Moving on. I got a little bit more for you. But the myth, and this is what we learn the philosophy they call myths. And the myth of Het Hadu, which is your spirit, and Tahuti, which is your mind, heart and mind, they got to become one, is similar to what? To other important initiatic myths of ancient Egyptian, starting with the Osirian resurrection, in which who? You, the young child, I tell you, we are Hadu. That's me and you in the flesh, is taught about what? The mysteries of what? The soul and the mind and the universe. By who? His mother, Aset. The wisdom, intuitive knowledge. She knows all the secrets and she gives it to her son, which is us. Spiritual preceptor, aka teacher or sage, Aset, his mother. They are the first teachers. Why? They nourish us right from the tip. Man can't nurture a baby. I couldn't nurture my son. Love or death, I couldn't nurture him. I got to get his mother for that. Okay, that's what I said. I always share the responsibility of raising my children. What? I got to do my part. I got nothing to do about that. Men, if it's child support, that's what they want. Handle your business. But that's yours. Handle your business. You ain't got to like it, but it's yours. You made it. Okay, I lived through that one too. Again, speaking from experience. In modern times, now today, this tradition of what? A spiritual preceptor, aka guru, sage, spiritual aspirant, relationship. Somebody teaches, somebody learns. All I need is students. Why? I'm the teacher. I can teach. I just need somebody who want to learn. Yeah, I tune in every day. I'm here for you every day to do just that. I teach, you learn. And it has been continued. It has been passed down through what? The gurus of India, Indian yoga, and the Sufi gurus of the what? Near East and even in Egypt. Been around a long time. Teacher-disciple relationship. In more popular culture, watch this. Here you go. This is my favorite. In this teaching is also found expressions through popular films such as, you ready? Star Wars. Yoda was Tahuti. Okay? Luke was Hadu. Moving on. The trilogy, Star Wars trilogy. And how about this? Another one for you. Lion King, Mufasa, Asar. Simba, Haru, me and you. The story is endless. You can twist it, shape it, bend it any way you want. But it's to tell a story to what? Motivate you, excite you, and get you excited about doing something, being your best self, finding yourself with reason and purpose to go on daily life. However, watch this. Before spiritual knowledge can be imparted, this is the part about the dullness. The dullness ain't getting spiritual knowledge. I just told you, they don't want it. So before it can be imparted, the spiritual aspirant, that's y'all who tune in, my right thinkers who subscribe, must have aspirations. If you don't want to better yourself, self-improvement starts with you. I can't do nothing other than put it out there for you. You got to do everything else, and it starts with you. I appreciate those who do that. That's why I do this. If you do that, I do my part. You do yours. Let's meet there. And this implies what? That there have to be a desire to what? To go beyond the pettiness of egoism and overtake sorrow of what? Your ordinary human existence. Just going through life. Well, I'm just human being. I'm just a human. When it dies, I just die and that'll be it. When your existence, as well as what? Your spiritual maturity to be able to accept responsibilities for what? Your condition. You can't blame nobody for the condition that you're in. Simple as that. And it's been understood. It's been known since forever. It's not going to change. So let's teach our young that fact so they won't get thinking it's going to be something different for them. Okay? If it's good enough for me, I put my twist on it and gave it to mine. Now, what he do with it, he put his twist on it because he do some things that I don't do, but that was his twist. Again, moving on. So this means that what? That there can be no blaming. Here we go. The blame game of others for what? Your troubles. Now, I was in that prison cell. I asked myself every question. Was it worth it? Nope. But nope. Who at fault? Me. take responsibility. In that situation, I wrote it out by myself. Now my family did the time with me. All that was fine. Love that. But I don't want to put them through that again. No, we ain't doing this again. No, you ain't gotta worry about that. No, I want about it. Bye bye. I ain't looked back in 40 years. So trust me. But when you start taking responsibility for your own life situation, that means you can get up and start doing something better. Why? If you don't like what's going on, change it. It's what? It is one's own action, my favorite, which has led one to what? To one's present condition, be they what? Good or bad. So conversely, it is what? One's present self-effort, what you're doing now, in the area of what? Shidi, what? Spiritual practice. I go to church with spiritual practicing people every week. Love it, enjoy it. Why? That's what it's all about. I don't have to be religious to do that. I don't have to follow a religion to do that. I fellowship with those like-minded people. Now, their philosophy, how they live outside, got nothing to do with me. Moving on. But that's what I do. Spiritual enlightened people, spiritual people practice what they preach, what they learning. I ain't got a problem with them. In which what? This can lead one to what? Adversity and into what? Spiritual as well as material prosperity, depending on what side you fall on. I see a lot of people, if you are sincere to God, God's sincere to you. If you BSing God, you not worry about that. Well, He's going to BS you too. Simple as that. If you got to learn how to deal with the bad, just like you got to learn how to deal with the good. God is proficient in both. So if you think you can do anything, moving on. Let me wrap this up. I got one more paragraph left. Now, lucidity. Another word. It means to be conscious, to be aware of. When you lucid dream, that means you become aware that you're in your dream. You're aware that you're dreaming. That's called lucid dreaming, astral projection. But it's all, again, state of mind, and it can be performed with what? Practice. But lucidity, let me explain this very quick, implies reasoning, clarity, wit, sanity, soundness, saneness. These are all good qualities that you can exhibit, and that's what you want to have when you're lucid. Also, it implies righteousness, truthfulness, and universal love, harmony, peace, and my favorite, selflessness. When you care about somebody else, when you care about others, that's empathy and compassion. It's called selflessness. Moving on. And that's a spiritual thing. It's internal. So therefore, in order to you to develop lucidity or spiritual aspirants need to what? Practice these virtues when? Every day in your everyday life when? While at the same time, here we go. This is what I'm doing right here. This is my neighborhood. Same time studying the teachings daily or either at the feet of what? An authentic spiritual preceptor, aka sage or saint. I have a saint that I engage with. I'm the sage. So I teach what I know. But what I don't know, I'll go and get it from somebody who do. That's the saint. Okay? We do the same thing different. And when a positive spiritual movement is engendered, what happens? This is the best part. There is a greater and greater what? Sense of awareness of what? Your deeper spiritual reality culminating in what? Self-discovery. If that's through Jesus, it's through Allah, it's through Ishkabibble. Makes a difference to me. I got my eye. So whatever you got to get you there, by all means, that's right thinking. I ain't got a problem with that. And this, watch this, is symbolized by who? Haru's what? Discovery of what? Her true essential nature is what? Being one with Ra. Hello, I'm about to freak out. I'm trying to get you to know that you're one with your higher self also. We can call him Ra, call him Ishkabibble, call him Allah, whatever you want, but be one with him. How about that? I don't care what you call him. Just be one with him. Why? Because I am. And when you get there, we're on the same level at that point. And the supreme being, and thus she assuming what? Her rightful place in life. We have to get back home. She made it back home. The Warriors, every show, somebody go out and got to come back home. The Odyssey, all that good stuff. Everybody want to what? Go back home. The spirit wants to go back home when it's come. Most human beings think what? That their rightful place is what? A member of some social order, some ethnic group, some political group, etc. nonsense, ignorance. But in reality, this is only an emphasis and a minuscule expression of your true total reality of who you really are. God in the flesh. It is like the sun, watch this, expressing as a reflection in a pool of water, falling into what? This delusion of what? Thinking or believing I am this little reflection. I'm just human, and forgetting I am God, which is their true identity. So to every human being has forgotten, to every human being who has forgotten his or her true identity, and we all come in that way. However, through the compassion, to love, and the self, God, the message of truth, which leads to what? Spiritual enlightenment, aka nihas, and a return home of the spirit as it was, and brought by what? The general spiritual personalities who what? Who have emerged as great teachers throughout history. Their spiritual enlightenment and their contact with their higher self allows them to what? Transmit and writing on what? On the self and the spiritual, transmit the teaching, I missed a lot, that didn't sound right. Transmit the teaching that I do daily of what? The self for who? For who wish to find true peace and happiness by what? Practicing this philosophy. Thus, now their discourses and writings on the self or spiritual scripture, we got that book coming forth by David, are to be considered, you ready? An authentic source for spiritual enlightenment, and should be sought after what? To be taught or studied by those who are in search of what? Spiritual enlightenment. That's the lesson. Hope you understood it. Hope you got something out of it. That was my goal. I got the goal, but in closing, right thinkers, man, you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I've never known my right thinkers who come up in the right state of mind have passed away.